Hi, I'm Don Braid for the Calgary Herald and Post Media. Well, here's a twist. How do you like the thought of the federal Liberals providing a subsidy for people to vote Conservative? That's kind of what Catherine McKenna, the Environment Minister, did in Toronto when she said that if Ontario abolished its cap-and-trade system, the feds would introduce their carbon tax, and they would supply a rebate to people in Ontario, to homeowners and businesses and companies and so forth. And so the message a lot of people might take from that is, gosh, if I vote for Doug Ford, I'll get a federal check. Wouldn't that be something? And that wasn't the intention of what she was saying. She was basically warning that the whole structure, I think, of what Ontario's done with carbon pricing and so forth would simply fall apart if the Conservatives won in Ontario. And one thing the federal Liberals want to make sure they do is not supply a penny of any federal tax to a guy like Doug Ford or Jason Kenney in Alberta. But it just kind of shows the whole complexity of this thing. That particular meaning from what Catherine McKenna said was not intended. They didn't mean for it to be taken that way, but it's hard to take it any other way. There's a lot of talks going on now. This thing is building up to a real head. Jason Kenney thought that was pretty weird, that consequence, but he also said that he thinks that by next year, 7 out of 10 provinces are going to be completely opposed to the carbon tax, and the whole thing could just fall apart. But one thing you can conclude from them talking about giving rebates is they're getting a little anxious to try and sell the idea of a federal carbon tax to regular folks as well as just premiers who they have failed to sell it to.